People think if you're a single mom, there's something wrong with you, or there's something wrong that you're doing in the relationship. So you ended up being alone. And that's not the case. When a person decides not to show up, the child starts seeing a pattern from the behavior.
Sure.
That, okay, this person will say, I'm coming to pick you up, then they don't come.
Yeah.
Promise me this, and they don't do it. Then the child, as I told you that I have teenagers already, now they see what's going on and they start pushing their fathers away. It comes back again to me. They say, I'm the one poisoning the kid.
Oh, yes. Tabela, and welcome to Bond and Blend with Malitwalo, the show that presents both challenges and joys of blended family lives. I am your host, Malitwalo Mwejiavanare. What is blended family? Blended family, it's a family formed out of couples that have children together, also with kids from previous relationships. Today, I'll be unfolding a journey of a single mom with one of people in my circle. You know, when they say charity begins at home, when you start episodes like this, you start with people close to you, people that you know better. And I'm glad she agreed to come and share with us this golden information. Yeah, a single mom, Jenny. Glad, welcome to Bond and Blend with Malitwalo.
Thank you.
Thank you for making time, babes, to sit and unfold this journey, as uncomfortable as it is. Because Jenny, being a single mom, it's not comfortable. I'm saying this because I've walked the journey. I've been raised by a woman who walked the journey. And growing up, no one was unfolding their journey because of they were scared of judgment. They were scared of so many things that society has set for us. Musadi ke o nyadiwa, musadi ke bana, musadi wa etswa. There are a lot of things that were kind of, I would say, diri putile in a cage as women. So I am glad and I am happy that you agreed to unfold your journey, your dynamics of blended single mom journey. So as much as I know you, I don't want to be the one who's saying ke man glad. Ke nyaka wena o ke tlhalose, tell them who are you.
Okay. Glad as a mother of 4. I have 3 girls and 1 boy. I'm outgoing. I love spending time with my kids, and I'm a hard worker.
I love it. And as much as you have been a mom, because we've known each other from a very young age, you made sure that you work on yourself. You always looked beautiful. And most of the time, I know what looking beautiful doesn't necessarily mean you feeling that good.
True.
A lot might be going on. What we're just doing is like we're putting on face mask to not show the world what we're going through. But so tell me, what's that one thing you love about Lid?
The fact that I'm hardworking.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing, and I love it about me because I don't have to wait for anyone to do anything for me. Yes,
Sure.
and my kids as well.
Yeah. No, that's a beautiful thing. Hardworking, they always say it pays off.
True.
It pays off in all areas of our lives. Whatever that you work hard on, it pays off at the end of the day. What would you do differently if this week was to repeat itself?
To consider myself more,
Yeah.
because I got sunk in preparing for an interview, and I lost myself.
So tell me, when you're saying to consider yourself more, I think you're speaking from a point of self-love, self-care type of vibe.
Yeah.
What is that to you as a single mom?
That's the main factor. It's very important to take care of yourself, because now remember, you're dealing with different individuals.
Oh yeah.
They may be your kids, but they are definitely different. And when you are at a space where your mind is relaxed, you feel good about yourself, then you do good for your kids.
You perform better. They always say,
You become your best
Sure.
friend, yeah.
sure. They used to be this advert. I can't recall properly what was it on TV, but it used to say, if you look good, you feel good, and when you feel good, you do good.
You do good, yeah. I kind of like remember, but
Yeah. If you would talk to anyone alive today, who would it be?
that would be my mom, my late mom.
How was your relationship with your mom?
She was my friend, basically. I would talk to her about anything, everything. She was very supportive. She was my cheerleader.
Sure.
Because every time I achieved something, I would run to her before anyone else. So yeah, then we had that special relationship and a bond.
That's beautiful. I'm asking this because it's not necessarily a norm for a girl child to have a close relationship with the mother. These days, the way things are happening, we've seen in so many trending stories when a girl child, it's like a cat and a rat with their mother. The relationship, it's not so good. And oftentimes I ask myself, would I really become a better person if my relationship with my mother was never good? Do you think your relationship with your mother, it's kind of contributing to how you're raising your kids?
Definitely it does. Because remember, when you have a relationship with your mom, you get a chance to put yourself in her shoes and understand things that she went through. And with that being said, you grow as a person. And when you tackle your issues, you refer back to what your mom went through.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Sure. Saying that, please take us back to your childhood, Jenny. I would like to, and I think they will also like to know, how was it like?
Okay, so I was raised by a married couple.
Sure.
So, but we had a blended family because my mom had kids from the previous marriage and my dad as well. So I was the only child.
In marriage, you were the first child in marriage.
I was the first and last. They never had.
Maybe you were the spoiled one.
I wouldn't say spoiled, and I'm gonna explain why.
Okay.
So my mom had 4 kids,
Yeah.
from the previous marriage. Sure. So my dad tried by all means to make those kids feel loved and welcomed. So in that space, he neglected me because he wanted them to feel loved. So hence I'm saying I was not the loved child.
You were not.
But then my mom had to step in because she would see that this one is not getting the attention she deserves. And then if I would ask for money from my dad would always say he doesn't have. But one of my siblings, when they come, they would get whatever that they want. And I would run to my mom, would say, Mom, you can do what is going on. And then my mom would just give me the money that I need. Only now, as I grow older, I'm understanding my dad was actually doing that at that point. Yes.
Sure.
But to my siblings, trust me, I'm the loved one. That's how they see things.
Sure. So now, from an outsider looking at the family, a blended family setup, you did not see hore there's a discrimination, like the picture they painted or the life they lived that you saw. How was it between the kids? Like you're saying, hore your dad did never made.
Look, I also didn't know that they were not my father's kids.
That's what I love about older people.
Up until I was old, then I started understanding the situation, which this is what's happening. And it was actually them that went on the street and told the outsiders what was going on. But from the parents, no one said anything. I thought they were my siblings, both my mom and dad.
Sure.
Yes.
Yo, guys, it's not like siapap. It's not like we forward. And this is why I'm saying this. Older people back in the days, they were not speaking enough about stepkids, stepchild, stepfather. They did not even have those words at home. And like the way Claire is saying, she did not know until later on in life. But now, because siyagowisha, like I'm saying, it's not like we forward. Because siyagowisha, then you're thinking you're all alone in this world. And we kind of forced to come out and say, hi, look, you're not the only one. I am raising kids that are not biologically mine. It's challenging, but I am surviving. And this is how I am surviving. Maybe you can try it can work for you. Or maybe it can work for you, but you can be open-minded about it. So tell me, how old are your kids?
My firstborn is turning 19 in July. The secondborn is turning 14 this month, and then the thirdborn turned 10 back in January.
Sure.
And the last one turned 3 in January too.
You blessed. Growing up in Jekirochi, my grandmother will always say that having kids is such a big blessing that people underrate it because it comes with a lot of work, but it is a huge blessing. So take me in your life, especially with the firstborn, because I believe that you had her at an early age where you were still growing, and you have to raise this person. How was that journey like?
Firstly, I want to say that I feel bad for firstborn kids, because now the parent doesn't even know what they're doing.
Yes.
But they're parenting. You just go with the flow. You don't know what's happening to an extent that you don't even consider the child's emotions at that moment, because you are still learning. You're still young. You still need to be parented as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, but then at the end of the day, we grow up, we raise the kids, and we start understanding what parenting is as we grow older. And those first kids are a blessing.
You know, they are indeed. And you find as you give birth to their siblings, now you start to see the light. You become a little bit easier for them. Earlier on when we were speaking, you mentioned something like the firstborn, the first one, tend to think, I was not loved enough.
Yes.
Nicely, like the way mommy is doing to this one. How do you handle that?
Remember I said my daughter is 19 now. We have a very beautiful relationship.
Sure.
And we talk about a lot of things. And at some point I felt that I had to explain her upbringing.
Sure.
Why it was like that. Yeah. Why are the other siblings experiencing something different? But the love has always been there.
Yes.
It's just that I didn't know how to love. You understand. And
yeah, I hear you. Then this takes us back to where they still saying that today, communication is key.
It's very important.
Communicate with your kids, communicate. They don't know what you have been through.
Yes.
They don't know what you're going through.
Yes.
They will then know when you speak it out. So it's important to communicate as single moms. Assembly put that on the front line. What do you like about being a mom?
Being a mom, it's okay. Firstly, it is challenging, right? Sure. But it helps you grow mentally.
Of course.
And it moves you from the comfort zone of just taking care of yourself only and just going. Now you have people, individuals that depend on you, and you need to show up for them.
Different individuals.
Even if I could say I'm not a hard worker, but for my kids,
You have to
show up. Yes, I hear you too.
Oh, you remind me so much of my mom, because she did that, and I witnessed it all my life. So what are the challenges that you have as a single mom?
Okay, challenges that mostly I face, it's the support. Remember now, there are certain things that children go through on a daily basis.
Sure.
And they expect you to be there, listen, support, give advice. At some point, you are also going through your links on the side. And if you're alone, you cannot push that responsibility. Of course, go speak to your dad. It's you. You need to be there and listen to anything that they say and give proper advice and love them.
You just said a profound thing, because I've realized in my marriage, when I'm at my 40% level, you'll find that thing that literally it's on his 90, and then he can step in and address whatever issue that's there. Oftentimes as a single mom, you'll be like, hey. Then you just brush them off and the day go by.
And by brushing them off, trust me, you feel bad. As soon as you can feel that, okay, the 60% that was missing is back, you're gonna want to go back, fix whatever that you are pushing away. Sure, though, it's also draining being a single parent.
It is.
It is draining.
Sure. Then, as a working single parent, how do you balance where West and the post?
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, but you find a way, because after all, you need to be financially there for these kids.
Yeah.
Being a single parent doesn't mean you just have to love the kids, show them love, support them. Financially,
You must
kids depend on you.
Sure.
You see, so the working part needs to be there. Being a parent needs to be there as well. So you need to balance both.
Mm. So let's get into this one. How do you find co-parenting? How's co-parenting?
Co-parenting is not easy.
Okay.
And co-parenting, for me, I think it depends on the level of maturity between both parties. Because you might be willing to co-parent and do the right things, but the other party is just not giving it. Yes. Yeah, just not.
So what are the challenges that you face in your co-parenting, and how are you surviving them?
It's just lack of support, lack of understanding that being a parent, it's a full-time job. You cannot be a parent when it suits you, when you feel like, hey, being a parent, it's a day-to-day thing. You cannot say you are not being a parent because this month you don't have 1,000 rates, so you are shifting away from being a parent. Shows up every minute, every day. So my issue here is that people just don't want to show up.
They choose. It's like they have a choice. If they want to, they would.
They do. They do have a choice. If they don't want to, they don't.
Then the day he decides or he chooses not to come to the party, how do you close off that part? Because knowing, like, as a woman, most of the time we kind of want to close, shield our kids from the pain.
When you talking about that, so what happened is, I've always been a parent that, not because a certain person is not doing a certain things, I'm gonna deprive them to see their child show anything. I always made sure that the kids have a relationship with their father. But then now the problem is, when a person decides not to show up, the child starts seeing a pattern from the behavior.
Sure.
That, okay, this person would say, I'm coming to pick you up, then they don't come.
Yeah.
Promise me this, and they don't do it. Then the child is, I told you that I have teenagers already. Now they see what's going on and they start pushing their fathers away. It comes back again to me. They say, I'm the one poisoning the kid.
Oh, yes. You just said a mouthful. Oh, yes. Because while they're still young, kids don't get it. Hence, eventually, I posted a video on my Instagram page. If you don't follow me there, please make sure you do, because I share day-to-day content. I once shared a video with a voiceover that was saying, "Bazokhula abantwana," and they will see the truth for themselves. As much as I would want to shield it as a mother, that I don't want them to get hurt, because it's painful.
It is.
It's painful for you to see your kids in a relationship with their father, and you're trying to protect, or at least they shouldn't feel like the father is not there. Let me buy 1, 2, 3. Let me work hard to make sure I close up that gap, because someone chose not to be present.
And remember, a girl child, they love their father.
Oh,
The beans. So my daughters, I would allow them to go and visit their dads and everything. But then now, the promises, the empty promises.
ooh. Yeah, but I'm coming.
I'm coming to pick you up. I'm gonna buy you this. A child will call at school. They want so and so, and okay, I'll bring them money. Then they don't.
What's your take? Maintenance court.
Okay, maintenance court. I would rather not go that route.
Okay.
For my personal reasons.
Sure.
But I'm not saying those that go that route, there's something wrong or anything, because I mean, if a person is working and they can afford to take care of their child, why are they not doing it?
Yeah.
So if they want the law to force their hand, then be it.
Okay. I'm asking this because I've also maybe got a Christian woman. I've been raised by a single woman, Oloring. She did not opt for that route. And I think she did not say it in detail why, but I think because it's exhausting. I've never been through that, Jenny. I think because it's exhausting, and she got to a point where she just said, with God nothing is impossible.
Right.
And indeed, with God nothing was impossible. Here I am with my little brother, grown, married, and nothing was impossible. There was never a day where we went to bed without eating. I went to school, she paid the fees. Like, God came for that single mom, and because God came for her, I believe he also goes to the single mom, right? Tell me one thing that people misunderstand about single mom.
The question of the year. So people think if you're a single mom, there's something wrong with you, or there's something wrong that you're doing in the relationship. So you ended up being alone. And that's not the case. It's never the case. It could be in some instances because situations are not the same.
Sure.
But I believe that I chose being single for my mental health
Sure.
and my kids as well. I didn't want to introduce my kids to a toxic environment at an early age, you see. So I chose my happiness, and I made a vow to myself that I'm going to show up for my kids any day, any hour.
Ooh. And the society, it's portrayed a lot, and it's saying a lot about single moms.
It's either, if they're not saying you can't keep a man, you are changing men. You're very busy. Like to an extent that some people don't even want their wives to be associated with single moms. Yeah, I think that they have multiple partners and all that. Yeah, it's bad. It's being a single mom has a stigma. That's what I can say. That's how I read it as.
We can do better, good people. We can do better. And also, being a single mom, I think to an ex that's married, it's kind of when now on drama. You are the baby mama drama.
You were the problem.
You were the problem, and you are still the problem whenever maybe you call in terms of co-parenting. Look, I want what, and then now you've got the drama because you are single. You are single, and now you want my husband's. You want him back.
Remember, I said earlier, co-parenting involves maturity as well.
You must be on a high maturity level.
You can't say when a person is calling you, telling you about your child, and then you calling it baby mama drama.
That says a lot about your thinking.
Yes.
It says a lot. How do you stay positive? Out of all this life of being a single mom, waking mom, how do you stay positive?
My kids keep me positive. Looking at them and knowing that we go to bed we ate before going to bed. We wake up. There's things that some people are even married. They don't even have access.
Sure.
And my kids do have access.
Oh,
that keeps me going.
That's when I say God comes for the single. God is there for the single. You wouldn't know how you did it, but it happened.
It happened.
When you look back, like I look back into my childhood life, and I'm like, how did this lady do it? And Eliana, she's asking herself, how did I do it? Then you find out God happened. He will never leave or forsake you in any situation. So tell me, how's the dating pool? How's the dating?
Remember, you have to protect your kids again. Because you can't be bringing this guy, next week it's that guy in. So you have to consider your kids before you do anything, guys. And then, but Mjolo is there for everyone, and you can't live without Mjolo. So,
with Sianidan, as much as it hurts her, Sianidan, I can they say Mjolo wa hate.
But you also need to have that person.
Sure.
This is what happened today. Yes, you can tell the kids, but their response won't be the same as speaking to another adult.
True. Yeah. And I also believe they will hate that person before they even meet him.
Exactly.
They wouldn't like him. So I wouldn't advise that in your dating phase you share it with your kids.
No, you can't.
You can't. As much as we get married and they say, don't tell your mother, don't go to your family, go to your husband's family, because of course the mother has a soft spot and that's not going to be cute. It's not. Tled, there's a special message for you. Ne? I want to get it right here. There's a special message for you. I want you to put this on.
Hi, Mama. It's just a word of appreciation from me and my siblings. We love you so much, Mama, and we thank you for everything you keep on doing in our lives. We thank you for the tough love you're showing us. We thank you for being the straight parent, because that on its own is protecting us from a lot of things that are happening in the streets. And there's nothing that you do in our lives that goes unnoticed. I know that we do not say thank you as often as we should, but I think it's because thank you, it's not enough to show how much we're grateful for having you as our parent. I love you and we appreciate you. I thank you for the sacrifices that you keep on making for us. I thank you for being strong for us. I thank you for the early nights and the early mornings and the late nights that you keep on working for us. Mama, everything you do, we appreciate you and we love you. There's no one who does parenting better than you. You show me how strong you are, and with you, my mother, you are my pillar of strength. I love you. From the life, I want nothing but absolute best because of what you've instilled in me as a child. We love you so much, Mama.
Oh, so sweet. Iwena, the kiss Nikki you, eh?
She mentioned a part where she said, thank you, it's never enough. And indeed, it's never enough. And I want to acknowledge you as one of, but valoring the way there when this journey was unfolding. And today I am still here and I've seen it. You did well. And you know how much I'll tell you, all right? You're doing so well. So well that thank you. It will never be enough. And one thing I like about you is that, like she said, the strictness you portray, like the strictness you give to your kids. You're saving them from a lot of things.
Oh my Lord.
And I'm glad, or as they grow, they witness, they see. Keep on doing the great job, friend. And I'm grateful for working so hard on not raising kids that are broken. Because that's one thing that you're against. Kids that will never, ever have to heal from whatever is it a single parent. I'm saying this because I'm healing nothing from being raised by a single parent.
Yeah.
So you're doing so well. What advice do you have for single parent out there?
First of all, being a single parent, it's not a crime, guys.
It's not.
There's something wrong about choosing yourself and choosing to love your kids. So when you take that decision, just make sure that you're gonna be a responsible parent.
Sure.
You're gonna love those kids and you're gonna make sure that you show up for them anytime when they need you. Because it's pointless to choose being single, then you don't show up for your kids. So when you take that decision that, look, I'm doing this alone, make sure that you are ready for the responsibilities that comes with being a single parent.
You guys, Claire said it. Or there's nothing wrong with being a single parent. There indeed nothing wrong. Nothing wrong to choose to be single. Just make a choice, Elohim, you'll be responsible for the choice that you made. Take responsibility, take accountability. This wraps up our episode of today. Claire, thank you so much for coming through and sharing your wisdom with us. This will end here, guys. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you miss nothing in future, because kuningi without judge. Do not judge. But what's the trend?
We listen.
We listen, we don't judge. Do not judge. See you on another episode.